You are about to see mutilated corpses, burning tank carcasses, and all out mayhem, brought to you by Frontline Fatalities.
Sup, COH fans, and welcome to episode 32 of Frontline Fatalities, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Fiddle? We're heading back to the fields of Angoville, and this time it's with a rather special game from a rather special tournament.
Oh yeah, Reddit tournament, which is going on right now. It's much more casual than a normal weekend blast-off, which generally it's like play 6,000 games in 2 days and then lie down on your bed and die. This is more spaced out, and you play one round every weekend on a Sunday, whenever your opponent and yourself can play. And this time we have HelpingHans and Inverse, so this is round 2 of the Reddit tournament.
That's right, this is round 2. It's on Angoville. Recently, the stakes just increased quite significantly in this Reddit tournament because 100 euros got donated by handsome benefactor Mr. Belgican from Belgium, and so things have gotten decidedly more interesting. I'm playing in it myself, and I was honored to receive a top seed, so hopefully I can deliver on that by winning the damn thing.
Oh,
although
yeah.
We'll have to see how that goes.
You'll have to battle for it a little bit, especially
I'm gonna
in
have
the
to fight for
finals.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
in the finals, I'm gonna be up against I have to beat Hans in a couple of rounds time, and then I'd have to beat Sandland most likely if he gets through to the finals, which I think he will, or maybe Pepsi.
Yeah, there's Pepsi, Pearly, Sandland, who else? Jeep. You know, there's a lot of good players all of a sudden in this more casual tournament.
You know, it's not a like a noob tournament. It's it's not the very highest echelons. There's no Aimstrong Siberian Platoon in there, but you know, it's the rung down from that. So it's certainly interesting and certainly a lot of competition.
Oh yeah, it's
and
gonna be
check
very,
that out
very
at
interesting.
reddit.com / I think it's just Company of Heroes.
Yeah, Company of Heroes, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely worth checking that out.
Yep. So this time it's, as we said, HelpingHans and Inverse on Ango. So this is round 2 of the Reddit tournament. You ready to go, Tommy?
I'm ready.
And pause in 3, 2, 1, and pause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I do have Hans in the top hand corner here as the Americans, and Inverse in the bottom here is playing as the Wehrmacht. So this is, I think, round 2, game 2, right?
This is round 2, game 2. There was one game played before this, which was a rather quick game where Hans played as Panzer Elite on this map, Angoville, which, as many of you will know, Panzer Elite very powerful in Angoville, and he actually he gave Inverse quite a spanking. And that gave him a quick 1-0 victory on Angoville. Now, Angoville is typically seen as quite a good Axis map due to the way the cutoffs are placed and the fact that they are so sort of detrimental to get cut off too long, which is what Axis is great at, camping a cutoff. So a lot of people were seeing this as a good chance for Inverse to equalize things. So I'm going to be interested to see how it pans out.
Oh yeah, I think Inverse can really take this one in the bag if he really plays well. But you know, Hans can totally pull off some strange things as well. As we can see, just starting off, he went 3 years, sent his first engineers down to the strong house next to Inverse cutoff, and he's basically just being annoying now and delaying and popping with his engineers into the house, and just basically stalling for as long as he possibly can. And with 3 years at the same time, he has 2 engineers still on the left-hand side, capping up the left-hand side of the map, and he's got his racks up with the first rifleman almost done, 70% done already.
Yeah, Inverse is going to have his 2 fighting units on the field a little bit earlier, but Hans is really going to get the leg up in terms of fuel income. There's going to be no fuel income for Hans for Inverse for quite a few minutes because he's going for the left-hand side fuel. He's going for both fuels simultaneously, but he's not going to be able to connect either one for a couple of minutes at least.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to connect the left-hand side, if he can even keep it, considering that the first rifle out from Hans is already moving down there to engage the Volks from Inverse. He did build the green cover, heavy cover sandbags when he was capping with his Volks, and actually now stops capping and focus on actually fighting here because he needs to. But the rifles are closing the distance while the Volks are focus firing down the engineers, forcing them off the field, but at the same time the Volks were in such close quarters combat with the riflemen, so they're instantly forced to retreat as well. I think it was a good retreat from Inverse, you know, even though he really needs that fuel. He would have just taken us a lot of unnecessary losses there.
Yeah, smart retreat there from Inverse. You know, he did the damage, and then as soon as he was about to take damage himself, he retreated without losing any manpower. So that's a good move by him. A double Volk opening now from Inverse. Double Volk opening, always a very powerful opening on any map, really. Especially good against multiple engineer starts. And is now choosing to build a sniper as his third unit, which he might regret, as he's now seen Jeep on the field, and a Jeep can actually be pose quite a problem for an early sniper when you go for it just as your third unit when there is a Jeep on field, because obviously you don't have an MG42 to deal significant amounts of damage, and it's too early on for Inverse to have laid any mines. So far, he's actually had almost no munitions income. He's only had a +10 income, so he's not going to be able to lay his first mine for another minute or two.
Yeah, he had the munitions on the right-hand side, but it's not connected because Hans still has the cutoff. You know, there's nothing protecting that cutoff except for some wire right now. So Inverse could just mosey up there with anything like a Pio and get it, but he hasn't done that already, as he's chasing around this annoying Jeep and is trying to get the fuel on the left-hand side.
He's actually using this Jeep to drag this one Volk squad away, leaving just one other solitary Volk squad on his own, who is now getting charged down by a rifle and an engineer. With Inverse being so split up here, he's probably going to have to retreat or at least soft pedal a long way and still not get his hands on any of the fuel on Angoville so far. He is now getting both his Volks together. That's the power of the double Volk opening, is moving around with those two Volks together. You have pack a lot of firepower. And that sniper, though, I mean, he's been out on the field for a couple of minutes, hasn't managed to get any kills off yet because of that Jeep more than anything else.
Yeah, he's just been staying in the base. He's afraid of the Jeep just jumping in somewhere unprotected. He really needs the two Volks, as that's the only real fighting power he has right now, Inverse. He needs the two Volks very clustered together with his sniper to protect it against that Jeep. Because if the sniper just runs around uncloaked alone, or even cloaked with the massive decloak radius from a Jeep, and he finds him alone somewhere, that sniper is just toast instantly, and there's nothing he can do about it. So he needs to, like, you know, basically chauffeur the sniper around with all his forces right now. But I did see a very early mine outside of Inverse's base go up, and hopefully that's gonna help him if something tries to pursue his sniper on retreat like that Jeep, and maybe he hits the mine. You know, I think that's basically what he's thinking with that mine.
Yeah, if he retreats with the sniper, there's a good chance that the Jeep might start chasing him, and if he does, he's probably going to run into that mine. So it's a nicely placed mine, but very defensive. You know, that's 25 munitions. It's probably not going to get used for a couple of minutes into the game at least. So yeah. Inverse is going to be quite vulnerable in this early stage of the game, particularly as he's opted to go for the left-hand side. It was obvious that he was planning to go for the right initially, and that engineer sort of mucked up his strategy a little bit, but now it looks like he's beginning to stabilize himself. He's got his Volks in cover, he's got his MG out, and his tech tier 2 has really taken very little to no losses so far, so it's a sort of a stalling action from both players right now.
Yeah, more or less. Hans is capping up the right-hand side. He's even taking the munitions on the right-hand side that Inverse capped before, but never was able to connect due to the cutoff being in Hans's hands. Hans's hands. That was difficult to say. Helping hands. Helping hands.
Helping Hans's hands. So we know we're going to be seeing the tier 2 coming up. Nice and early tier 2 is always good to see. You can always be confident with a quick tier 2. The motor pool equally coming up from Hans. So I guess it's going to be a quick M8 from him, which is a pretty good shout, although to be honest, the Volk Sniper MG build was specifically designed to counter the fast M8 because it's such a small tier 1 with a very early pack if you need it. So if Inverse plays this right, he's going to have Hans's tech countered down very easily, and that's going to allow for a really powerful counterattack. So I'm not sure about the viability of going fast M8 at this point in the game for Hans.
Yeah, Inverse has seen nothing from Hans. No bars, no nades, no nothing, no teching. So I think he's expecting the fast M8, and with the fast M8 on the field,
Well, he just produced a bike, which means he must be suspecting a sniper, which isn't a bad guess. Not
Maybe
a
a
bad guess at all.
WSC. Interesting,
because getting a bite to counter a quick counter snipe, very good against Voltball Sniper NG because it's often a tier 2 transition. Snipers are good against tier 2 as well. No danger of Pumas. But he is going to be disappointed now, having built that bike, when he sees that motor pool if he goes for a base scout here, which it looks like he's going to do.
He's just going for a base scout instantly. I wonder how much he saw with that scouting, though. Did he see the motor pool all up the way?
Check right now. Yes, he did. I believe he did.
Okay. And at the same time, Hans is moving in with Flamer Engineer, his first Flamer Engineer. He's burning the fence outside of Inverse's base. He's going for a cheese base rush in a tournament game. You know, it's not the most glorious tournaments of tournaments, but still going for a base rush in the second game.
Stylish. Very stylish indeed. He's actually broken down a bit of the fence, but
there we go.
Not choosing to go inside just yet. The pack is now on the field though, just as the M8 pops out, so the M8 is out, but the counter is out well in time. And there's an MG back at the base, so there's no base rush that's going to be able to happen from that angle. That Flamer Engineer is probably going to be forced to retreat. And overall, Hans is really going to have to make this M8 count for a lot, which is going to be tough when Inverse is sticking to this left-hand side. When the pack really has free reign, there's just no shot blockers to hide behind.
Yeah, you can't hide behind nothing. There's the hedges that goes down the middle of the map, but that means you have to go all the way over there. But everything else on the left-hand side is just open. It's like support weapon heaven. You can do whatever you want to. Just place it anywhere, and you're basically golden.
So now we have, for the Fatherland chosen, a defensive doctrine choice. So that's going to make those Volks just a little bit stronger. First pack shot opens up on the M8. That's going to force that one away. We've had a lot of wire placed all around this left-hand side. Big swathes of wire. You see that quite a lot, actually, because on this left-hand side of Angoville, you can't make shot blockers, but you can make the next best thing, which is just loads and loads of wire.
Something just went down from Hans. I'm not exactly sure what it was that died. I think the Flamer NGs might have died.
I think you
No,
they're building in the base.
Yeah, but there's only 2 engineers, and he went 3 ES, and 1 engineer is missing. And if it was a Flamer or not, I'm not certain.
There's only 2 rifles.
Yeah, he's only got 2 rifles and 2 engineers, and 2 M8s now as well.
2 rifles though.
Might have gone 2 rifle Jeep.
Damn it, Fatal, you're supposed to be watching Hans.
I was watching, but, you know, stuff was happening, so I stopped watching for a while, and now I don't know what happened. But yeah, he's got a WSC coming up as well.
I think you're right, though. I think he only went 2 rifles and then a Jeep.
Yeah, he went 3 units from Tier 1.
Get that first M8 out so fast, otherwise.
Yeah, he went 3
we
ES.
actually have a fuel OP. That's what he spent his manpower on. There's a fuel OP in Hans. So that's why he's actually gone for a dual M8 build. 2 M8s. Oh no, Inverse's sniper running around uncloaked. It could get taken down now by the M8. It forced to retreat here. Getting focus fired now.
Oh, that was close. That was close.
Very close. Inverse is going to be counting his lucky stars if that one missed. And he has now just produced himself a med bunker there in the middle. So he's going to be fortifying this left-hand side position. The only downside of that is that eventually on this map, this isn't a map that you can just camp and win. You do eventually have to move out somewhere.
Wow, long-range Faust actually hits the M8 after the pack got the first shot in when the M8 was going for a base harassment. Oh, the pack misfires when the M8 skirts away with its life. That was very lucky from Hans there. He could have lost that M8 very quickly without it doing much damage. 4 kills so far, 1 a pack crewman, and the others were just, you know, harassment on Volt and Pios. I think nothing special.
The double M8s though have produced made Inverse go for a double pack build though. Probably a sensible counter really, especially on this map when really 2 packs are just great on this map anyway because you can have 1 on each side. Whereas if you only have 1, it's sort of like if he harasses the other side, you're sort of relying on Faust and Shreks, and you've got nothing really concrete like a nice big pack to keep him at bay.
Yeah, support weapons at all works very well on the left-hand side, and if your opponent goes like Hans now for double M8s, a double pack build is not bad. You know, it's a good choice. It's okay.
We should have this M8 just behind where he needs to be. The pack can't quite shoot him though.
Why can't it shoot? It actually gets
decloaked. Wow, Hans is gonna be feeling like a lucky man right now. He could have been eating a point-blank range pack shot now. now Hans Inverse is having a really tough time actually getting a shot off here. This Gren sort of resolutely sticking in the building, getting shot at point blank range. There's no way for the pack to really get the angle on it either.
No, not really. And he's got like rifles and the Jeep just marauding on the other side of the hitch, just waiting for it basically. But the pack gets one nice shot.
Both M8s at the same time, I think.
Wow, did it? Nah, it couldn't
both
have.
Both M8s went down to 50% health.
Wow.
I think they were both full health there. Because both M8s were like inside each other.
Oh, M8 actually managed to decrew it, however, with no Shrek on his Grens. They were forced to retreat from the building. I think he was going for a fast on a low health M8 that goes down from the pack from the other side of the hedge.
Nice placement of the other pack there by Inverse.
Great play from Inverse. Very nice.
There.
But at the same time,
Hans
excellent play from Hans. Excellent play from Hans, moving in with his flamers and his rifles and double M8s versus one pack. You know, one pack can handle that. You just get circle strafe to death instantly.
Yeah, that was a nasty position there for Inverse. I really hate getting stuck behind this hedge here. All these shot blockers can really make for a really horrible time when you're sort of tier 2 Wehrmacht.
Ooh, but right now these rifles are in trouble. They're fighting with the Volks in the strong building, but at the same time they're getting flanked by a Grenadier squad, and another Grenadier squad moving out from Inverse's base, forcing them to retreat, however. Nice early retreat from Hans there. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Sniper working on the rifles on the left-hand side, trying to decap one of the munitions points that the Volks were after on the left-hand side of the map. You know, map-wise, it looked great for Hans in the beginning, stalling on the right-hand side, throwing Inverse off his game. He didn't know what he wanted to do. Do I want to fight the engineers in the strong building in the early game, or just go for a left-hand side? And he chose the left-hand side. But right now, he's losing territory everywhere, and he's losing his OP on the fuel soon.
Yeah, this is looking a bit dicey now for Hans. He built that WSC a little while ago. Have we actually seen anything produced out of it yet?
Sniper. There's a sniper on the field. He's taken one shot so far, and I don't think it was the enemy sniper. I'm not 100% sure. Is the sniper still alive? There it is.
No, Inverse sniper still alive. 11 kills. Hasn't been able to pop away that much because Hans has been sticking pretty much to his own side. Fuel OP is now gone, so Inverse now moving out to cap that. Meanwhile, Hans reciprocating, moving onto the left-hand side to do a bit of capping there. But we could see a bit of a sniper knife fight here. Allied sniper is in range of the Axis sniper. Axis sniper went down to take a shot, but actually misfired.
Ooh, yeah, I saw that Hans' sniper was doing the same thing before. He was gonna shoot at one of the Volk squads running around, or one of the Pios on the left-hand side, but he never took the shot, and he decided. I think he took one shot. Let's see, he has 2 kills now, so he took a shot on the MG crew, but nothing more than that. He was forced off with the rifles. They were trying to cap the munitions on the left-hand side by the MG, probably. Oh no, Axis sniper actually opens up on the rifleman squad, but Hans does not take the shot.
There's no MG in range, though. If that rifle squad runs down, it could run down. The sniper, Allied sniper, bends down to take a shot, but he's just out of range now.
Oh, he's
just popped.
Wow, nice bar pop, but the MG was positioned very nicely at the strong medic bunker. Here comes everything from Hans, though, with sweepers sweeping all the mines, so he doesn't hit them in engagement. And 2 bar rifle squads combined with a flamer engineer, which is burning the crap out of this pack. It goes down. The M8 is no longer in danger, and he actually sweeps the mines, forces Inverse off. But the sniper is still alive. That bloody Axis sniper is now forced to retreat. The Allied sniper is nowhere to be seen, however. Oh! The M8 takes out the Axis sniper on retreat! He just like did a drive-by and shot him in the back.
I just saw that shot and I thought that's gonna hit it. It was one of those shots where you can just tell it's gonna kill him.
You just knew it was like a homing missile.
It's just like the perfect trajectory. But wow, that's a huge setback there for Inverse. Losing the sniper, having the pack decrewed, not been stolen yet, but I'm sure it will be in due course. Allied sniper is now out without a counter against all these Grens, and now these Grens are going up against vetted, against bars, and they're unvetted Grens, so they're going to be doing 2 things. They're going to be bleeding a lot of manpower for Inverse, and they're going to be giving a lot of XP to Hans' rifles.
To Hans' bar rifles, yeah. They're gonna be mincemeat against these bar rifles. But it's still very nice MG play from Inverse. It's where it needs to be. It's suppressing rifles over and over again, forcing them back to base. The Volks are in pursuit of the Allied sniper, which is now vet 1. But they just can't go for it. Wow, was that a Gren grenade on the rifles, or what just happened?
I did hear a Gren grenade, I think. But these medics are really pumping out guys here. Both medics still alive. There's going to be 1 free Gren at least coming out of this engagement. So even with the loss of a sniper, there's a glimmer of hope here for Inverse. He got a like a squad and a half out of that engagement. There was no attempt to kill medics by Hans. He's really going to regret that. If we see a bit of vet added to those grens, that could be a real problem.
But I think Hans is doing right now. He's got them double snipers. You know, good. You got rid of your enemy sniper, so there's no fear of counter snipe unless Inverse rebuilds his sniper, obviously. But you know, who knows if he's gonna do that or if he even can afford it. And at the same time, it's very good against these zombie grens that gets produced, and there won't be any more zombie grens produced because if you snipe the grenadiers or any infantry for that matter, it's not gonna get picked up by the medics.
Yep, very true. It looks like Inverse is going to have to do something about those snipers sooner rather than later. With 2 of them on field, with 1 of them on field, you can take the kills, but it's not going to affect you so much. But when there's 2 on field, you really do need a counter sniper of your own or something to kill them at least. But actually, we've had tier 4 tech by Inverse fairly early. It finished a couple of minutes ago, so about 15 minutes, and we got tier 4 tech. No attempt to build it just yet, but I think he is going to start putting it up right now. Yep, there it is. The Panther Command now coming up. 202 fuel in the bank, even with the construction already begun. So we could well be seeing anything up to Panther levels coming out anytime soon.
Oh wow, that'll be very impressive if we see, you know, at least maybe 1 or 2 P4s roll out in the near future in just a few minutes or so. It's really gonna
P4s
help.
or Ostwinds would be great against this kind of unit composition. No attempt to get any kind of AT yet from Hans. He's invested into these double snipers, and he just got bars as well. So he's going to be using those guys to flank a bit. He's going to be taking some casualties, doing some damage, and so I don't know. It could be a little while before we see any real AT from Hans.
That Axis mortar from Inverse is just demolishing all of Hans's rifles. He was trying to cap the fuel point when the mortar began its first barrage on them. Got a good 3-4 kills on that rifleman squad, forcing them to retreat after they neutral the point. And at the same time, he tried to neutral the munitions point on the right-hand side and took a lot of casualties, down to 1 man on one of his rifleman squads, and they were forced to retreat as well. And I saw a very nifty thing from Hans there. He ran up with his M8. He didn't go around the wall because mostly, I think, in fear of, you know, a pack somewhere or something like that. But he did use attack ground with his M8 on the mortar on the other side of the wall. So he tried to break down the wall with the main gun of the M8 to get at the mortar. Double snipers now opening up on the Shrek Rens on the left-hand side, and that pack is still decrewed. So the only AT from Inverse is a Shrek Ren?
No, there is a pack. It's just to the right.
Oh, there's another one. Okay.
There is a cloak pack there, and he's only dealing with a single M8 at this point, and an Ostwind is now producing. It's about 50% of the way done. There's no AT out from Hands except mines, which are now getting swept up by this nice bit of mine super action from Inverse. So this Ostwind could be what Inverse needs to really shove it back to Hands, who's actually now just produced an AT gun in a very nice show of some game sense. He must be sensing Pumas or something by this point.
I think, you know, he's definitely in fear of some taking from Inverse right now. The game is, you know, slowly progressing in both players' favors. You know, hit or miss, they give and take a little bit in every engagement. Even though I think so far Hans has had the most of the upper hand, killing Inverse's sniper, for example, forcing him off the field a few times as well, and now in possession of double snipers himself, he can really put the hurt in on these grenadiers.
Yeah, I mean, I think Inverse's focus now is just going to be on getting tanks. They can't be sniped, and you know, they're going to be really powerful against just, you know, basically ATGs as the only AT really, unless Hans can really start massing them, which I don't think he has the manpower to do. He's going to be in real trouble.
He's got a healthy income of 234, even though he has, you know, a lot of units. But this M8 really messed its match now with the Ostwind out from Inverse, and it gets instantly downed after that small engagement. The AT gun was moving up.
Map has come down on the left-hand side here, cleared an MG42. Might even destroy the gun. It does destroy the gun.
You can see a piece of metal flying in the air there after the gun got destroyed. The MG42 is actually laying on the ground on my screen, but the tripod is gone.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's in the crater.
Some ball rifles were forced off on the right-hand side by the Ostwind, as there is no real proper counter to it. I'm not even sure if Hans... There's sticky bombs. Yeah, there is an AT gun, but it's far back, and it's right now completely unprotected as well. It could just go in for a circle strafe if you wanted to get lucky. But at the same time, Inverse has, you know, kinda has a counter to that AT gun. He has the Ver mortar.
He does indeed, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, if you can't get Nebbles, then it's the next best thing. And it's certainly gonna... Whoa! Okay.
Shrek snipe! Shrek snipe!
Long range Shrek snipe, what are the odds? But here comes the Ostwind now, making his presence known to these poor barred rifles. Sniper's still plugging away though, could present a problem. Although if he's only plugging away at Volks, there isn't too much of a manpower bleed. Sniper has been produced as a second unit, so Inverse hasn't decided to get more tanks. He has decided to get a sniper of his own, which is actually really good because that can not only do a counter snipe job, but also clear the AT guns.
Yeah. He just needs to get rid of the AT guns, and his Ostwind is completely uncounterable. Hans did upgrade to sticky bombs, but, you know, getting in close quarters with an Ostwind with unvetted rifles is not really a good idea. Not something that we recommend on TFN. What do you say, Tommy?
Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, you know, stickies are nice with ATG backup. You know, it'll force an opponent not to just rush straight in, but definitely, it's no hard and fast counter. That's for damn sure. We actually have a Grand Squad getting very low health here, getting torched and goes down to a rifle and a flamer here. Got some crazy crits, and now the Jeep, which is miraculously still alive at the 15-minute mark.
Not anymore.
Decloaks the sniper. Sniper still decloaked, but runs back. Now the damage engine though after a sticky was thrown, so that Ostwind needs to get some repair fairly soon. Otherwise, this ATG wall, now double ATGs, could really do some damage here. One more ATG shot, and that Ostwind's going to be toast.
Yeah, Hans is now moving out of his base in a nice long wall of forces, combined with, you know, the combination of 2 snipers, 2 bar rifles. He's got sweepers, he's got flamers, he's got AT guns. He's got everything that he needs to combat everything Inverse has on the field. At this time, I think the only real threat is the threat of a counter snipe. And that mortar. He needs to get rid of the mortar, but if he tries with the snipers, he might get counter-sniped, it might not be worth it. You know, he needs to do something. He needs to make some magic happen right now.
Yeah.
And Inverse is just brutally going after the AT gun crews. That's all his snipers are doing. AT gun, he sees one, he shoots one.
And it's doing a good job because, you know, it forces Hans to go back to the barracks again to reinforce. He has no form of infield reinforcement. And, you know, if you only have 2-man ATG crews, then you're very close to getting rushed, bum rushed. And
yeah, like a crit just headshots one of the 2 last guys, and the 3rd guy just kills himself because he can't live without his buddies. And that's one less AT gun to worry about. But there's a second Ostwind now from Inverse as well. So all I think Inverse needs to do now is just, as he's doing, focus on the AT guns, get them down,
here comes
and
artillery. Very close to the Axis sniper here. And
on
all
that,
these forces, whoa, Ostwind almost bites the dust here. If it had aimed at the mortar, it might have even hit some more juicy targets there with the pack right nearby. But you know what I would love to see right now? I'd love to see some vet on those Ostwinds. There is nothing sexier in terms of Axis tanks than a vet 3 Ostwind. He doesn't get skirts or top gunner, but he does get something like a 60% accuracy increase. And I don't need to tell you that that makes for a seriously accurate Ostwind.
I think, yep, Hans just off-mapped the medic bunker as well, just after Inverse got another zombie gren out of it. So I do believe the medic bunker churned out at least 2 grens for Inverse before it got destroyed.
Yeah, 2 grens out of there, but with the loss of 1 Grand Squad from Inverse, he is down to just 3 grens. Still not a bad force though, but the main problem is he's getting sniped out, and he's dying to, because they're unvetted, they're just dying to bars and flamers right now. And, you know, they're expensive to reinforce. There's something like 37 manpower to reinforce each time. So, you know, they're strong units, but they really do need their vet too if they're going to be put to sufficient use. Obviously, he doesn't want to do that at this point with both snipers still in the field, able to, you know, in 2 volleys, take out a whole squad. But certainly the main focus as a Ver player for Inverse right now is to deal with those snipers. Unfortunately, defensive doesn't really give him a whole lot of ways to do that besides a sort of a double Vulcan P40 charge plus counter snipe.
Yeah, something like that could work, I guess. Either that, or he'll have to, I don't know, have to go for a human wave tactic and charge everything he's got into the 2 snipers and decloak them and get a counter snipe. You know, if they double MP40 voice don't, yeah. If that doesn't work, take everything else you got. But that mortar is in deep trouble. Just got decrewed by the on-map. Large scatter, however, from the howitzer from Hans's base. I'm not sure he's going to destroy the weapon permanently. It's just going to get recrewed again by Volks.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's just going to get destroyed. 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 I think it's just going to get destroyed
Axis Sniper now opening up on the AT gun, which is trying to run away from these Grenadiers, which is focus firing, and it went down. One Grenadier squad goes down to ball rifles and Sniper Engineers, however, and the Volks on the left-hand side does decrew the second AT gun, but where are the Ostwind? Here comes the Ostwind. Inverse is now rolling in, and instant recruit from Hans. Pure desperation with a 4-man squad. But he needs that AT gun. He needs that AT.
And it's going to be enough, because where is the second Ostwind? The second Ostwind is all the way over on the right-hand side. He wasn't able to rush in with both Ostwinds. Both Ostwinds would have tipped the tide there against a single AT gun, but he's not able to. That's one Ostwind now on the left-hand side. Very low health. Forced to go back with just 5% health. Just a tickle on that thing. He's going to take it down.
What is
There's
bike
no actually
doing?
A bike out. Oh, I think he's going for 200 mil rocket barrage. That's what
Oh,
he's going for.
he got stickied.
He's going for 200 mil rocket barrage. Inverse floating 365 munitions.
Ooh, does he
because
have
he
it
wants
unlocked?
to deal with that on map. Yeah, he's got 200 mil. Or in fact, no, I always call it 200 mil rocket barrage.
280.
It costs 200 munitions.
Munitions, yeah.
Yeah, but it's 280.
280 millimeter, yeah.
And that's why it looks so sexy. But now, oh, yeah, one sticky, it'll stop a bike, but stop this bike.
It's not gonna stop this oversized, overgrown bike. It's no problem though, however. The Ostwind is just a little bit big boned, but he's gonna get the line of sight on that howitzer. It's gonna get sticky. He might actually get out of there alive, because the stickies just can't do enough damage quickly enough on it. There's the 280, does destroy the howitzer gun permanently. It's not recrewable. 14 XP for Hans and a lot for Inverse. How much do you get for destroying a howitzer?
Oh, something like, I don't know, I wasn't
20
looking,
plus?
like 28 XP or something like that. You get a lot of XP for it.
Ostwind down. It did complete its job though, however, I guess. One of the AT guns which was recruited is trying to flee back to Hans' base, but it's in hot pursuit by 2 Volks. He surely needs gonna decrew that. Oh my god, Volks can't hit anything!
Moving Volks, it's like...
Seriously bad. So bad.
Can't in a barn door.
Yeah, can't hit the broadside of a barn. Who trained those guys? Oh, right, like no one.
Volks Grenadiers, the clue's in the name.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got another...
Human wave tactics from Hans!
Yeah, another big human wave coming in.
God.
Oh, there's another 200 mil rocket barrage. This time it's on the AT gun. He thought there was going to be a recrew. Hans runs straight past it now.
Oh, but the AT gun is not
rifles
decrewable.
charging down, running through these Grens.
Everything
Lots
is
of kills coming
running
in.
away.
Where is the MG when you need it? There is no MG from Inverse. There's no way of stopping this bar blob. And with no veterancy, he can't keep a hold of his front line here. He is forced into a huge retreat. He is totally wiped off. Gives 2 squads Vet 2, and both snipers still alive, both of those with Vet 2 as well. This is becoming very,
oh my god,
very
Hans!
and
Hans
with
is
all
mass capping.
oh god, blob cap. No, please.
I thought better of you, Hans. Stop blob capping. Okay, now he's moving away. But I'm fairly surprised of Hans. You know, when we talked to Seb about that in Expert Insight, always steal the weapons. And Aimstra, always steal the weapons. Always steal the weapons. Everybody says that. But he's had the opportunity to steal packs and mortars, you know, all kinds of shit. But he's not stealing it. I'm not sure why. Why don't you want more weapons, Hans?
Yeah, I think he's concentrating on other stuff right now. I think in an ideal situation, that's what he would definitely want to do. But yeah, this is the problem with Inverse's Unicom.
Oh, now we go. There we go. He stole the mortar.
Oh, he stole the Axis mortar. That's a nice steal. If you can steal an Axis mortar, that's a very nice steal.
Oh, but he could not.
Oh no, he loses the gun as well. That's the next best thing to happen. If you can't steal it, then get rid of the gun permanently.
Yeah, at least don't give it back to your opponent. That mortar was basically half of Inverse's counter to the AT guns, which are not needed that much any longer since the Ostwinds died. So
yeah, all the Ostwinds are dead. He does have the ability to build another Ostwind in a minute if he wants. But really, I mean, this is a really horrible situation for a Fair player. He's got all these Grens. Well, I say he's got all these Grens. He's got 2 Grens and still got the 2 original Volks. But with no veterancy, they can't even remotely stand up to barred rifles, let alone Vet 2 barred rifles. They just cannot stand up to them at all. At this point, you know, Inverse has a sniper of his own, so Hans isn't able to just run around and snipe with impunity. He does have to use him a little bit more conservatively. I really think a bit of veterancy right now wouldn't go amiss for Inverse's army right now, because if he doesn't want to get run off the field like that again, he needs to have his veterancy keep pace.
First off-map combat group from Hans delivers an MG, an AT gun, and 2 bar rifles. I'm not sure that's what Hans wanted. I don't think so. That was a pretty...
Actually, I would think...
It was an okay...
For this situation, I think that's a very good call-in for him right now. You know, the 30 cal is not particularly useful against a defensive bear player.
No.
But, on the other hand, getting 2 extra rifle squads, when you're going up against vetless Grens, that's great, you know. It's you know, it's more guys who can actually do damage still. You know, normally when the OMCGs start rolling in, your unvetted rifles, unvetted rangers, they can't do shit. But he's going up against, you know, these aren't vet 2 Grens, these aren't even vet 1 Grens, so they're gonna be chewing through the Grens like there's no tomorrow, really. Especially if we see nades come in or anything like that.
Yeah, this is true. This is actually true. We do have another Ostwind build from Inverse on the right-hand side. He's trying to stop these vet 2 rifles from stealing his cutoff. He wants to keep his resources from the right-hand side of the map in his possession. At the same time, we got a mild engagement on the left-hand side. Grens are charging down the snipers, but against 2 vet 2 snipers. Whoa, one vet 3 sniper now.
One of them's vet 3 now. I just saw him like jogging, and I thought, hey, wait a second.
What's going on over here?
He's actually able to sort of charge them down, though. Hans isn't quite able to run away fast enough, or at least not with the vet 2 one. Vet 3 sniper does turn around, takes a pot shot. The other one now forces one of them to retreat. This is the base 30 cal covering him now.
Oh, he did get the decrew on one of the AT guns, but with only one Ostwind, I think he's sacrificing too much manpower now just to decrew these AT guns. It was one thing when he had, you know, 2 Ostwinds, and if he could have decrewed both the AT guns at the same time, and then at the same time move in with his 2 Ostwinds, could have been devastating for Hans. With only stickies as a defense, and against against 2 Ostwinds at the same time, stickies are just not good enough. Generally, you won't be able to charge down the Ostwind before all your rifles are mincemeat. So,
okay,
you know,
Camp
but right now
is finally up. It is finally up for Inverse.
Okay.
So he's actually opting to get tank veterancy. Well, he got 1 stripe of infantry veterancy, then he's getting 1 stripe of tank veterancy. Always good for the Ostwind. Better late than never, certainly. Oh my god, I just caught that on screen, right in the middle of my screen. I was thinking, hey, is that Inverse's mine or Hans' mine? And it was Hans' mine that sniper just walked right into.
Wow, where did he die? Was it
right in the middle, right at the crossroads there, near the VP. But we do actually have vet 2 infantry about to roll in for for Inverse. Wait, no, he cancelled it. What? Oh, he cancelled it and he's getting himself another sniper.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. After losing the sniper to the mine, I guess
it probably
that's what he just
does
needs
make
to do.
sense. I mean, it's not a great situation to be in, you know. It's a choice between, do I choose to, you know, get run off the field by snipers or run off the field by vet barred rifle blob. It's, you know, choose your fate, really.
Yeah, really.
But I'd say getting it, you know, having potentially 2 vet 3 snipers running around, you know, he has to deal with those. He absolutely has to deal with those because, I mean, if those guys both get vet 3, I mean, just having 1 vet 3 sniper is a pain in the ass alone to deal with. So.
Yeah, he needs something to take them out, so he needs his own sniper. All he needs is 1 counter snipe. That's all that's needed. You know, he gets 1 counter snipe, and he's pretty much in the game again. If he gets, you know, miraculously lucky and get both of the allied snipers with counter snipes or some other form of attack, you know, he can really start laying in the hurt on all these bar rifles.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. We have here come the Grens now. They are rolling in from the right-hand side. More Grens coming out from the med bunker. Unfortunately, again, yeah, it just feels like Inverse is outgunned here. His army is just not big enough right now. We do have a couple of Volks moving in to support, but and also another free Grens about to get popped out. Oh no, but the medic does get sniped. That's going to be annoying. And there's more off-map
on the medic bunker.
For the fatherland popped. Not a bad idea. Toughen up those Grens.
He's not going to be able to get close enough to the bunker to reinforce in this engagement, but for the fatherland it's really saving him. He's doing a lot of damage with his Volks when they're stationary against the unvetted rifleman squad, which was accompanied by a vet 2 rifleman squad as well. But the medic bunker actually miraculously survives somehow. Defensive artillery on the right-hand side VP in the top forces off
that
a
actually
capping rifle.
reminded me just to look at the VPs, and actually Inverse has taken hands down to almost less than 100 now. So actually, you know, Hans is having to commit everything to the left-hand side, while Inverse is actually taking the right-hand side, and that part of the map is unchallenged. So while Hans is winning the manpower war, in terms of VPs, Inverse has put on great pressure there. So, you know, he's certainly not out of it yet.
Yeah, what Hans really needs right now is a knockout move. He needs a knockout move. He needs to, you know, kill the sniper, get a Grand Squad or two, and destroy the tank, and it's pretty much game. After that, there's no way that Inverse can get back onto the field in any form of force to push Hans off the field again, to reclaim the VPs, and he'll just eventually lose the game by VPs. Because he's, you know, he's just gonna get triple capped if he has no units on the field.
Yeah, I mean, yes. But you know, there it is. You know, he just went below the 100 VP watermark, and you know, Inverse has such a huge munitions income from holding 3+16s, which is just insane. This is like the only
if he
map
uses
with
it
that
on the
much.
top VP again,
Yeah,
on the right-hand
he
side.
can just spam the crap out of it.
But it's gonna get neutraled. If he doesn't use it soon, there's the neutral.
He couldn't quite afford it. He just could, but I don't think it was going to be worth it just to force a retreat on a minesweeper.
Medic bunker is almost down. He's only one casualty away from getting a free run as well. The medic just keeps running, though the medic bunker is destroyed. Where are you going, medic?
Oh yeah, that's a weird bug. Well, the benefit for the med bunkers is, of course, that if you lose a med bunker and it's got, say, 3 casualties already inside, if you build a fresh one, it'll still have 3 casualties.
Yeah, the bar will be on the same number.
Yeah,
again.
exactly. So
as long as you build it remotely close to the location of the previous medic bunker.
Yeah. Hans has been doing a pretty good job of actually dispatching these bunkers. I mean, he has given away more free grands than he might have liked, just due to the fact that he hasn't been killing the medics as much as he might have liked. But in terms of actually killing the bunkers, physically killing them, destroying them, he's been doing a pretty good job of that.
Oh yeah, I agree. The first medic bunker got 2 grands, and the second one now, I don't think he even got 1 from it before it got destroyed by the AT gun on an off map now.
No, that second bunker, it didn't survive very long at all.
No.
And those things are tough, you know, with defensive doctrine.
Oh god, yes.
They're like, even with a mortar, which gets like a double damage bonus, it just takes forever.
Yeah, but it feels, I'm not exactly sure of the stats, but the defensive bunker has like twice the health of a normal bunker,
Yeah,
so it just
it's
takes
either twice
ages.
or 1.5 times the health, something like that.
1.5, yeah.
It's a lot of more health. Inverse now making a play for this top right-hand side VP, with using the Ostwind to support as well. They does manage to get the middle Ostwind sticky. Suddenly, there's 2 Ostwinds that just popped out of nowhere.
Suddenly, Ostwinds everywhere.
From having no Ostwinds, having 2 Ostwinds, I suppose that's pretty nice for him. We have now Vet 2 infantry coming in, finally. Only 2 Grens that is actually going to be useful on. But
the Volks just get a
nevertheless,
line of sight bonus, don't they?
Volks, yeah, they just get an LOS bonus.
LOS bonus, yeah.
they're-
I guess
they're-
that's okay as well. You know, it's
I
something.
think at Vet 3 they might get something a little bit extra, like 0.95 times received damage or something. Or I think
Yeah,
they
but
get
Vet
that at
3 is
Vet
so
1
expensive.
Vet 3 is very expensive, and it's really only worth it if you like really fuck
Have,
like
like,
movements
mega
and you're
infantry
not
army.
facing already Vet 3 bars. Which actually, with both supply yard upgrades purchased for Hans, you know, we could well be seeing some Vet 3 bars.
Yeah, we got, let's see, 1 rifle with 16
Oh,
kills and
very
a 5
nice!
kill.
280 mil rocket barrage on the AT gun.
We have 1 rifle with 15 and 1 rifle with 12. So the one with 15 and 16 and a bike kill, they'll eventually turn Vet 3 in a couple of more Gren kills. But at the same time, these 2 rifles, they're laying in the hurt immensely on Inverse right now. 34 and 23. That is a lot of kills.
they're
What is
both
that?
Vet 3.
57 kills, and most of them will be Volks and Grens.
Yeah, both Vet 3. 2
Oh,
Vet 3
this
standards,
Vet
it's
2 Volk squad is in danger when he's trying
check
to
out
run
this
back to
M10
base.
coming from the OMCG. There's no AT out from Inverse over here.
Oh, but there's a
It's
mine!
no
Oh, he almost parked on top of the mine.
Oh wow, that mine is actually going to save his ass, because
Could've
there's only
pursued
1
Ostwind.
Shrek Gren out from Inverse in terms of AT.
Where are the packs? Are the packs? There's
The
one
packs are
there.
out there, but they're decrewed, and
Yeah.
Inverse doesn't really, I guess he doesn't want to crew them. He doesn't want to crew them with Grens. He's only got 1 Volk squad left to crew them.
He's
He
running
is
for
going
the
to go and
pack
crew
now.
it now, I think. It looks like he's moving to do
No,
it.
he decided against it when he has 2 Ostwinds moving against this M8. M8 can't do much against Ostwinds, even though the last game we casted, the M8s actually managed to kill an Ostwind.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Now,
one of
so-
them died, so. Oh wow, he's
And
moving into the recruit pack on the left-hand side. He's getting completely circle strafed, and there's nothing even remotely close to it. One of the AT gun moves around on the left-hand side as well, but the second Ostwind goes for it. AP rounds pop. It's not going to be enough before it gets circle strafe. The second the second Ostwind does manage to almost kill the Bet2 rifleman squad, forcing it to retreat before he gets the sticky off. And that MG is toast. You're out of there, buddy.
Over here on the right-hand side, we had a single Shrek Grand sort of fruitlessly defending himself against an M8 and a Vet2 bar squad, trying desperately to prevent the Capitalist VP, because really the only way that that Inverse is going to have any chance of winning this is through the VP win. He has managed to take down Hans' 76, which is an admirable effort, to say the least. But right now, Hans' army is big. It's got a lot of vet. There's 2 Vet 3 snipers. In a pure head-to-head fight, Hans is going to win hands down. So it really does just come down to the VPs right now. Awesome kind of ballsy all-in move from Inverse. He's actually building a Panther right now. That could have suitable shock value.
Yeah, if he can get his 2 Ostwinds repped up in good health with Vet 1, they can take a little bit more of a beating or do more damage. And there's only really an M10 and 1 AT gun, which is a pack, which isn't the most reliable AT against a Panther frontloader.
Oh yeah, 2 Ostwinds take care of the pack, and then the M10 gets taken care of by the Panther. But
yeah,
all the same, I mean, you know, it all needs to come together in a heck of a way if Inverse is going to win this.
Yeah, Inverse at the same time, if he's going to go for a miracle attack like that, he needs to force off all of the rifles, because there's 3 Vet 2 rifle squads now, and they're all got extended range on stickies. And if they all get damaged engine, the whole attack, the whole blitz attack, if you want to call it that, it's just gonna be the slowest attack ever with 3 tanks with damaged engines. You know, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's gonna take way too long, and then he's gonna have to spend a lot of time repairing again. That's not gonna work out well for Inverse.
Yeah, it's gonna be very tricky.
Ooh, one of the Grens capping the VP almost goes down to the mortar, which keeps shelling, even though a Gren squad is shooting at it. Are you looking at the Ostwinds?
I'm looking at the Ostwinds.
Oh yeah, you'll see that in picture in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen right now, folks, if you're watching there. At the same time, we got this Gren squad just frantically going for the US mortar. I'm not sure he's actually gonna lose it. He drops a Shrek as well to the Vet 3 rifleman squad, which is gonna be able to pick it up. The Volks are running for it. Oh my god, the rifle's got it. The Vet 3 rifle with a Shrek. GG. I called it.
Oh god, Vet 3 rifle with a Shrek. That is GG. Down here on the bottom left-hand side, we got a Panther versus M10. Cue the Benny Hill music as they go chasing each other around the fields of Angoville, but the Panther got immobilized just as it gets the killing shot
he got
off the
the
M10.
kill though, he got the kill.
But the tread is down on that Panther. There is no help, no pioneers nearby to come and fix it. Yeah, this is looking like a very bad situation. ATG is plugging away. That Panther is toast. It's not a case of if, but a case of when. That last sticky isn't going to be quite enough, but it does leave it with a damaged engine.
Oh, Inverse throws in the towel.
Immobilization. Oh, damn, he chores it GG. I don't blame him at all, actually, because, you know, that was the moment where the all-in needed to work. And suddenly, you know, he lost the Panther. The Panther was the shock value, you know. When you go tier 4 as a defensive player, you're relying on the Panther or your vetted P4s or something to fill the void that otherwise would be filled by a Tiger or a KT. And it just wasn't able to do it when there's all these Vet 2, you know, nuclear stickies running around.
Yeah, long-range super stickies, and you know, Vet 3 rifleman squad with a stolen
I imagine that sealed it for Inverse. He was probably just like fucking pounding his keyboard at that, just like, okay, fuck this shit.
Probably exactly what happened there. And 2 Vet 3 snipers from Hans. Let's see if I can get them all in the same picture here. Here we go. We got some Vet 3 rifles with a stolen Shrek on the right-hand side, and 2 Vet 3 snipers, one with 24 and one with 37 kills. That's over 60 kills combined. Yeah, Vet 3 rifle with stolen AT.
Need? Like, if you could have that at the start of a game, that would just like own
everything you could throw at him.
Short of like 5 Ostwinds, you're just gonna destroy everything.
Well, if you PE, you can buy like you can get like an armored car armada with overdrive, snipers all dead, and you push around the Shrek guy with the rifles and then mince everything. GG. But
yeah, just get triple offensive ACs. That would be hilarious.
That's pretty much everything you need to demolish 2 snipers and a rifleman squad. There's no problem at all. Just get 3 ACs with overdrive.
Forget infantry. ACs will take care of an M10, no problem.
Oh
They'll
god,
penetrate
yes.
penetrate the rear armor. If
Penetrate
you
the
have
rear
enough of
armor. It's so ridiculous. I love seeing armored cars killing M8s, and it's like, that's not supposed to happen. Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? You know, the M8 is supposed to kill the armored car, not the other way around. You know, something happened here, and it's broken. Someone fix this.
Didn't you ever see the mouse chasing the cat?
Oh yeah, yeah. Something's broken here. It isn't supposed to be the other way around. The cat's not supposed to be chased by the mice or the mouse. What the hell is going on? Oh god, that was a brilliant game, lovely game. I'm very excited to do a live cast, which me and Tommy will do. Yeah, depending on.
We shall see what happens.
We shall see what happens, but at least we can cast the semi-final.
We can certainly
on the
cast
other side of the
one
tree.
Of the semis.
Yeah.
On the night, I think that night is still a couple of weeks away because it is just one round per week, and we're not even at the quarterfinals yet. So it's going to be next week will be the quarterfinals, following week will be the semis, and then the following week will be the finals plus the live cast on the same day. So we'll let you know an exact date for that when we can whip out a calendar. Maybe next episode we'll fill you guys in on the details of that one, and we'll keep on reminding throughout the episode. So don't worry, you won't forget, we won't forget. It's going to be cool. We're going to do a big live cast, and it's going to be at the trial by fire of the brand new TFN Twitch that we set up a couple of weeks ago, but haven't had the chance to use yet. So
yeah, this is going to be our first live cast since we set up all our Twitch accounts and stuff, and Tommy started streaming more regularly when he's playing on his own profile. So you can head over to youtube.com/the Frontline Network, and on the right hand side on your screen there's going to be a massive amount of links to all the places that we're posting our cast, and there's also the link to the TFN Twitch channel and Tommy's own channel when he's streaming when he's playing Automatch. So thanks guys for watching. Thanks for joining me as always, Tommy. We'll see you guys for the next episode.
See you guys.